Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Frank here for Yokomi, and I'm finally back with some catch up on some gaming news. We're going to talk about some indie games that are going to be coming out and talk about some games that I've been playing in the past, which actually, I got to be honest with you, I've been so incredibly busy. I'm a little behind on my game playing. I did play Amnesia: The Bunker a few weeks back. I did a little bit of a quick review on that. It's one of those games that I didn't want to talk too much about or go too deep in because I didn't want to ruin it for anyone that wants to play it. I didn't want to spoil it. It's an easy game to play. You can get through it, I think, in just a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. And it's actually pretty fun. If you like mystery and puzzle and survival and scary games, you should definitely check it out. Other than that, I have started playing the Destiny 2 Solstice event. Haven't had a lot of time to play, but I did start it this week. I know a lot of people have some different opinions and mixed feelings about it. I don't know. I love Destiny, so I don't complain too much about it. But I have also jumped back on Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is a game that I started playing a few months back. I've been so busy that I haven't got a chance to advance in it that well, but I did get back on it this week and play a few things and make some more advancements. I still haven't finished the main story, but I will. I actually hadn't played Diablo since Diablo 1. Diablo 1, I played on my Mac back in the 90s, and I didn't play any other Diablos until Diablo 4. I think when I first downloaded Diablo 4, I went into the store and I accidentally downloaded Diablo 3, but I didn't actually play it. So Diablo 4 is the first Diablo game that I've played since the first Diablo game, and that was on my Mac. And that's another conversation and maybe some content that may be coming up because I have never owned a gaming PC. I've never owned a gaming PC. And even when I do play computer games, they've always been on my Mac. I've talked a few times about how my whole studio here is pretty much all Mac. And I think it's very, very common knowledge and very strong opinion that Macs aren't good for gaming. And that's fair. That's fair. But I am thinking about getting my first gaming PC, and I may be partnering with a certain company and maybe even sharing the journey with you all in the future. So I'll keep you posted on that. But for now, let's talk about some new games that are coming out. First indie game we're going to talk about today is a game called Scarf. It's from Uprise Studio. They are a small studio out of Spain. Now, Scarf is kind of an interesting game. It kind of gave me some vibes of another game that I had played before. So basically, Scarf is about this whimsical universe that you find yourself in, and as soon as you're born, you encounter this interesting and enchanting companion, and it turns out it is a dragon-shaped scarf. So already, this is kind of setting the stage for somewhat of a captivating story. The mission in the game is to guide the scarf back to his home to reunite it with its mother. Now, while this sounds simple, apparently it is not. The path back to home is going to be filled with all kinds of challenges and apparently thrilling surprises. Now, as you're playing the game, you get to explore like 3 vivid and magical worlds. Each world has its own unique charm and beauty, but they've been altered by mischievous souls that stole the keys to Scarf's home. Now, these cunning souls have basically taken these 3 magical worlds and hidden keys throughout them, and you have to find these keys so you can get Scarf back home. Now, while this does sound very challenging, remember you have a scarf that's dragon-shaped, so it'll be by your side through this entire thing. As you play through the game, you find out that the scarf turns out to be a very valuable ally. The scarf will have unique abilities that'll basically help you navigate through these treacherous worlds and defeat the souls that are guarding all these stolen keys throughout these environments and these magical worlds. As I watched the trailer for this game really reminds me of another game I played a few years ago called Omno. Now, if you really like puzzle type games where you have to figure out how to solve things in one world to progress to another world, I definitely think you should check out Omno. This game kind of gives me Omno vibes, so check it out. It's already out on Xbox and PlayStation, and I think I'm actually going to give it a try. The next game on the list is a game called The Valiant. The Valiant was created by Kite Games, which is an elite squad of developers that's really focused on creating immersive games that are really fun to play. Now, in this game, you are Theodoric, but you'll also be joined by a fellowship of loyal warriors, and together you embark on this dangerous odyssey through medieval Europe and even the Holy Land. The ultimate goal is to thwart the plans of the nemesis Ulrich von Grevel, and he aims to wield the unimaginably powerful artifact called the Rod of Aaron. The fate of humanity rests on your shoulders, so you've got to basically save the world. In the game, you take command of specialized units that you deploy and use their unique skills to conquer the battlefield. As you play, your units gain expertise and strength, and they hone their skills in an intense 15-mission single-player campaign. That right there already makes me kind of excited because I love a good single player campaign. And if you're up for more challenges, you can team up with 2 allies and get in this adrenaline pumping last man standing mode. In this co-op mode, you're going to be facing hordes of enemies that are really going to put you to the test, and it's a very intense player versus player battle. This game is actually out now on PlayStation 5 and Series X, so if anybody's going to play it, or if anybody has played it, leave a comment because I'm kind of thinking about it, not sure. I'm usually not a real-time strategy kind of guy, but I'm kind of thinking about it. So if anybody's playing this, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. The next game we're going to talk about is My Time at Sandrock. Now, if you know anything about Focus Entertainment and Pathia Games, they also created a game called My Time at Portia. So if you like that, you're probably going to be into My Time at Sandrock. My Time at Sandrock takes place 300 years after the Day of Calamity. Now, using trusty tools, you'll gather resources and build machines, and you'll also interact with the locals. Interacting with the locals builds relationships with them, and it unlocks new abilities and perks to basically enhance your workflow and other skills to help you build back the city. This interaction also builds up your combat skills because you're going to need to save the town from monsters at the same time as trying to build the city back. Focus Entertainment and Pathia Games have announced that the official 1.0 launch of the game will be on September 26th. So again, if you're into My Time at Portia, this could be for you. I'm thinking about trying out. Most of these games that I'm showing on here are games that I'm thinking about trying, and I'm trying to step outside my comfort zone of just playing Destiny 2 and Forza Horizon 5. So if anybody has any comments about any of these games that I'm talking about, please let me know because I need the help. The next game we're going to talk about is Battle Shapers. This is a brand new game from the developer Metric Empire. In the game, you play as Ada. You're an android in a city called New Elysium. It's been taken over by corrupt robots and their powerful overlords. Ada's mission is to basically take back the city, but she has an arsenal of futuristic weapons that she can use to take on the enemy. And not only does she have weapons, she has abilities. You'll face these evil overlords and their swarm of robots in these towers that are filled with traps everywhere. The combat is supposed to be very fast and intense, and you have to be very strategic on how you gun down the enemies, especially when they're close up to you. Now, the more enemies you kill, the more powerful you become in the game. In the game, you'll use these things called shaper hacks, which will help you counter the overlords and set up your own traps, even set up your own power-ups. And there are hidden weapons and upgrades to discover in each of the towers. With each run, you unlock new weapons, new abilities, and there's talents that can boost your combat potential permanently. And apparently during the game, it's got this slamming rock soundtrack that you can play along to. So I'm pretty sure that probably keeps you pretty excited while you're playing. So check out Battle Shapers. It is on Windows PC. I believe if you're on Steam, you'll be able to play it on there. If anybody plays it, let me know what you think. The next game we're going to talk about is Kingdom 80s. Now, this is from the Kingdom franchise that was created by Fury Studios, which is a studio that was founded in 2019 by Raw Fury. In this game, it's all about bringing back the whole nostalgic summer camp vibes of the 80s. Now, if you don't know what that's like, I understand. I was a teen throughout the 80s, and the 80s are kind of my jam. So when I was watching the trailer, I was seeing all kinds of references from 80s movies and other kind of pop culture. So I was already digging it. Plus, I kind of like the whole nostalgic kind of, pixelated gameplay. In this game, you play as a leader, a young camp counselor. Your mission is to protect the town from this mysterious threat called the Greed. As you play the game, you start to meet friends and they join you on this journey. You'll have a champ, a tinkerer, and a whiz, and each of them have unique skills that will assist you as you play the game. Now, the game is sort of like this cool mix of micro strategy and base building, and you can recruit neighborhood kids to basically assign them roles like soldiers or builders to help you build your base and help fight off the Greed. The cool thing about this game is that it seems to not just cater to veterans of the Kingdom franchise, but also newcomers. The story is supposed to guide you smoothly through all of like the mechanics, and it's going to have this vibrant, like suburban, urban feel of the 80s, neon designs, and a synthwave soundtrack to really take it back. Kingdom 80s is coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch later this year. You can also wishlist it on Steam. The last game we're going to talk about today is called Blood West. Blood West was created by Hyperstrange, which is an independent developer team out of Warsaw, Poland. The point of the game is that you're in the adventurous Wild West and you're a lone gunslinger that was brought back by a powerful spirit. Now, in the game, you got to make your way through these dangerous landscapes. You're going to come upon all kinds of adversaries and enemies, and you have to build up your arsenal to survive. There's a curse that's befallen the frontier, and you need to face these evil demons and eldritch horrors to put a complete stop to it. Now, while the game is supposed to be really intense, it's not entirely just a shoot 'em up. There's also some strategy, you got to be cunning, and there's even stealth involved in the game. You got to master the art of silent strikes and sneak around in like moonlit landscapes. Now, as you play through this game, you've got to learn to adapt these strategies to figure out how to take out different enemies in different situations. To overcome certain threats, you have to take a different approach than you may have had to take with the last enemy. The game promises a gripping storyline, stunning visuals, and an overall unforgettable gaming experience, so we'll just have to see. I'm really into these kind of games, especially the fact that it's supposed to be a challenging first-person shooter. I love first-person shooters. It's my favorite mode to play when it comes to shoot-em-ups. And another really cool thing is apparently it's non-linear immersive gameplay. You can carve your unique path through the Wild West and choose which quest to pursue next. So you can create your own unforgettable and captivating gaming experience. So I think that's actually pretty cool. Now, we are going to have to wait a bit on this because I believe it's not due out until December of 2023. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it comes out around the holiday season when I'll definitely be on vacation and maybe get some time to play it. That's it for the games in this episode. I hope you saw something that you like. I know I did. And if you think you're going to play something or you have played something that's out, leave a comment and let me know what you think. I actually really could use some suggestions. I play on all consoles, Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5 and Switch. And as I said, I am looking into possibly getting my first gaming PC. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.